You may still be sticking to your New Year's resolution, but we've got the perfect cheat meal for you. Chef Lindsay Autry from the Regional Kitchen and Public House is here today with her sweet tea brined fried chicken recipe. So good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you again.
Thanks for having me.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Hey, two of my favorite things, right? Sweet tea and fried chicken. So shall we start with what, the brine?
Yeah, absolutely. So the secret to good fried chicken, in my mind, is dry chicken. And I'll get to that in a second.
All right.
But really doing a brine helps to not only impart flavor, but also helps to keep the chicken juicy. And so I've already started to make a simple brine, and we're taking just some whole garlic cloves, and I've added a little bit of oil just to get those good and toasted. And we're gonna start to toast those, and then we're gonna add some lemon zest. I'm gonna go ahead and put some in there, but I'm using a vegetable peeler so that I can get just big pieces because I want the flavor. I don't, I'm gonna pick it out later. So we just use the vegetable peeler to peel off just the outer layer of the lemon. We're gonna add that to the pot with the garlic just so it gets fragrant and releases its oils. So it tastes like lemon, but without using the juice.
Okay, good.
So we're gonna add that in, and then we're gonna add a few sprigs of just whole rosemary. And same thing, we're gonna put it in there, and I know sitting at home you're not able to smell this, but
it smells delicious.
You'll start to smell the garlic, the lemon, and the rosemary.
That seems to me to be key, but one of the questions I had written down is, what if you don't have time to brine?
So I'm gonna get to that in just a second.
Keep going.
All right, so we've got the lemon, the garlic, the rosemary, everything's really fragrant. And then right here I've got a quart of just brewed tea that I'm gonna add right into here. And then to that, we are adding sugar, but we're also adding salt. So we've got 1 cup of sugar, and then we're gonna also use about a half a cup of salt, and we're just going to simmer until the salt and the sugar dissolves. And then what you can do is, if you have the time to brine a day before, then you can take your chicken, any piece, bone in, boneless, whatever you like. Now, if you don't have the time, so today I'm working with some thighs that have the skin on them, and you can do this with any, is we're going to season this with salt. And what we're gonna do is season both sides generously with salt, and then I'm gonna put it on paper towels. And what's gonna happen is the extra, all of the water from the chicken is gonna come out.
Yeah, you
and if you do this, while you get your oil hot and get everything else together, your chicken will turn out really nice and crispy. And you know, sometimes when you make fried chicken, the breading slips off. If your chicken's really dry, it won't do that. So we put it on paper towels and blot it dry. And then I'm gonna show you the breading process. So here we're gonna start first with just some simple all-purpose flour. We've already seasoned our chicken, so we don't have to worry about seasoning that. And then here I've got 2 whole eggs. And to this, we're gonna add 1 cup of buttermilk. And we're gonna whisk this together. And then, thank you. You're a good sous chef.
I try.
And then lastly, I'm gonna give you a little bit of my secret at the restaurant. We use 3 different types of flour. So we use an all-purpose flour, we use cornstarch, and then we also use a refined flour that's called Wondra. And it's very similar to cake flour. So we mix together all 3 flours, equal parts. So 1 cup, 1 cup, 1 cup.
Yeah,
that's all right.
Because the Colonel wouldn't share his secrets. But,
I don't mind.
But you will.
But you can still come to the restaurant and buy it if you don't want to go through all this. But the first thing, and I'm going to do this with my hands. The first thing is you start with just the flour, right? And you want to try and keep 1 hand wet and 1 hand dry so you don't end up breading your whole hand after you do a couple pieces.
Good point.
So we're going to dust the flour off, and we're going to stick it right into the buttermilk and let that, and see, now I'm going to use 1 hand just for wet. And then from there, we're going to put this right into the flour mix. Now the secret is putting a little bit extra of that buttermilk in there. That's what gives you, with your wet hand. And then I use my dry to sprinkle it on top. And using the buttermilk and the egg in there is what gives you that real crispy crumb on the outside. So from there,
tricks of the trade.
I like to fry a little bit lower than what most people might think. We fry at 300 degrees for about 7 to 8 minutes until it's really nice and golden and floats, and then you have good fried chicken.
Well, I'm not going to argue with you. That comes out really, really nice.
Yeah, so at the Regional for Super Bowl, we've started a promotion. We've done it for the past couple of years now, that we are doing a Super Bowl package to go. So if you want to have friends over and watch the game, no matter who your team is or who comes out after next week, we have a package that comes with a 12-piece bucket of chicken. It comes with some of our house coleslaw, pickles, and some of our hot sauce. And there's a few other options on our website that you can do this. You can also come to the restaurant. We sell our fried chicken breader, which is easier to do.
I see that.
Or
yeah.
you can come and help me at the restaurant any day because I fry a lot of chicken.
That's right. Take lessons there.
Exactly.
Okay. Hey, Lindsay, that's great. That's wonderful stuff. All right, so you can get this recipe. It's on our website. Just head over to WPTV.com, and it's under the As Seen on 5 tab. Or, as she said, just come to the restaurant. She'll hook you up.
I'll hook you up.
Thank you again.
Thanks, John.
All right.